All right, welcome back, guys. So, just a quick news update around PvP, actually. Some things that have changed on the PTR or things that have been added onto the PTR, which, if you're a PvPer, might be of interest to you if you didn't know already. Or if you're looking at getting into PvP in Season 2, like I am. If you don't know already, I'm leveling a priest over on Firemore with Mincy, who's a rogue, and we're still leveling at the moment. We're only like 30 or whatever, but obviously our aim is to get to 70 before Phase 2, start getting some gear, farming some honor, and this is part of sort of the update on the PTR, is understanding what you should do with that honor. Firstly, just a real quick 30-second channel update, and I feel like I need to just sort of let you know of a few things. If you're, a regular viewer, you're a subscriber, you've been subscribed for ages, or if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and like the video as well. That obviously really helps out. Now, you've seen so many content creators quitting. Most of the classic creators that I know or speak to or have grouped with or done raids with, a lot of them are starting to taper off into other things. I can't say it any better than Leonardo DiCaprio, so I'll just let him speak for me.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving!
I can't imagine you cheered like that, but So yeah, I'm going nowhere. I'm going to be putting classic content out from now all the way, basically until the classic server shut down. Like, quite honestly, it probably won't be as detailed videos as, like the BIS lists and stuff like that, the super in detail stuff, but obviously I'll still be putting out news updates and, changes and things to look forward to and, the normal sort of, I'd call it filler content. But outside of those, you are going to see other things on the channel now, obviously, because the interest in WoW has declined. Hopefully it picks up in Tier 5, but it has declined. And I myself, I'm trying other games. If you watch me on SJ Gaming Live, that's where I live stream, by the way. There's a link in the description. You'll know I'm playing other games. I've been playing Back 4 Blood beta, which, by the way, if you want to get it for free over the next weekend, just watch me for an hour, and then you get a free beta invite, basically, through the Twitch drop system. So you might want to check that out. But I'm playing Tribes of Midgard, The Ascent. I'm doing all of that. And I was going to put the reviews for those games on SJ Gaming Live. That was the original intention. But now I'm going to put them on here, because there's a lot of you that do play other games. I know there's a lot of you that the second you see me put something that's non-WoW related, you're like, oh, bored of TBC already, oh, burnt out, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing like that. It's just there are other games to play. Other games that I enjoy playing. So the whole point of me making content is making content that I enjoy making and hopefully you enjoy watching. Not all of you will enjoy watching game reviews that come on the channel, which it's not going to be like every day, but maybe once a week there might be a game review for a game that I've been playing throughout the week. Not everyone will want to watch it, but some people will want to watch it. But that doesn't mean the TBC content's going anywhere. The majority of content that goes on here will be World of Warcraft and New World. And there will be a fair bit of New World, because I'm sort of planning on that being sort of my second main game. So it's going to be TBC and New World. And yeah, as some of you know, I am playing a bit on WraF private servers as well, which I shouldn't really talk about. But, that's just on the side. That's not something I'm taking super seriously, not at this moment in time anyway. So I just wanted to put your mind at rest. If you see me put a New World video out, because I'm planning on doing a whole series on New World about like a deep dive into all the weapons, and I'm going to be starting working on those over the weekend. So, if you see New World content coming here, don't be put off. It doesn't mean we're hard switching to New World. It just means there's going to be New World and WoW and the odd game review, maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks, just of new games. And it's really to help you guys. As I say, it benefits me not in the slightest. If you look at anything non-WoW related on this channel, it gets barely any views, which is fine because the majority of you are here for WoW content. But I enjoy buying a new game, so you don't have to, basically. I pay 50 quid for Back 4 Blood. I'll play it. I'll, play through it on all difficulties in co-op, single-player versus, put a review together, put it on here. You'll know whether to spend the money in October when it releases or not. And if you're not interested because all you do is play TBC, someone else in this big wide world of YouTube will be interested. So, it's not just about the core audience when it comes to those game reviews. The core, you guys, the core audience, the content I want to put out for you is TBC and maybe New World, if you're toying in New World. So I don't want to rant too much. I know that was probably too long of a channel update as it is, and I will put chapters in down below so people can skip. But let's get into the news anyway. So PvP-wise, I think this really only matters for people who are not PvPing now, or not PvPing a lot now, and are looking to get into it in Season 2, which is a good time to start because you get a couple of weeks grace. Oh, I'm spoiling all the notes. What am I doing? I'm telling you before we even look at it. Let's just look at the notes. So the Outland Factions PvP gear now unlocks with Phase 2 and requires Revered Reputation to purchase. Now, this is interesting because if you're a private server player or ex-private server player, on most of those private servers it requires Honoured, but that's because in 2.4 it requires Honoured. Before then, it required Revered. So this is something that you can get on with now. So if you have leveled a character just to PvP on, and you're like, well, I'm just going to get the welfare gear, the welfare PvP gear when it comes out on the vendors, and you've got honoured with everyone and you think that's enough, then it's not. Obviously, you want to start working on your reputations now and get revered with everyone, which you might not even care about doing dungeons, but if you care about PvP, it's some time that you're going to have to invest now. So these items are sold in Fralmar, Honor Hold, Cenarian Expedition, the Shatar, and Lower City and Keepers of Time. The reputation requirement will be adjusted to Honoured when Sunwell Plateau is released to match the original Burning Crusade 2.4 patch, which, as expected. So you get like your head, shoulders, chest, gloves, legs, all from these different vendors. They're only blue, obviously blue quality, but they're decent enough to actually get you started. And the best bit is yet to come. So Honor will not be reset at the beginning of Season 2. So when Season 1 ends, there'll be a 2-week off-season period. When Season 2 begins, any remaining unspent arena points will be converted to Honor points at the rate of 1 arena point to 10 Honor points. Now, this is good because this also gives you a couple of... Well, it don't give you a couple of weeks. It gives you now, probably realistically, before Tier 5 launches, a couple of months. And the reason I say a couple of months is I've done the maths recently, and I do predict that it's going to be the last Tuesday/Wednesday for EU of September that we're going to get Tier 5, because that would make the arena season still shorter than originally in TBC. The original TBC first season was 20 weeks. This will only make it 16, maybe 17 weeks at a push. But the final season of TBC originally was only 17 weeks. So we have had seasons that short. And obviously they're probably wanting to get the season 2 sort of kicking off. Well, not necessarily Season 2 kicking off, but Tier 5 brought out for obviously the PvEers. So I can definitely see the very last Tuesday, Wednesday of September, we'll be getting Tier 5. And then a couple of weeks after that, we'll obviously get the second arena season start. And luckily for Blizzard, New World was pushed back to that exact date. They probably wanted to rush it out at the end of August to rival New World's launch. Now they've got a bit of breathing room to get everything right, because there is a lot of bugs on the PTR when it comes to the Tier 5 content. Now this is an interesting one for the PvEers. So raid rewards. Why couldn't I say that? Viking, Morgar, Grawl, and Magferrodon will drop 2 Tier 4 tokens each now. So, well, not now, but when Serpent Shrine Cavern and the Eye are released, which is pretty good. And then Leo, Fathom Lord, Lady Vash, Void Reaver, and KT will all drop 2 Tier 5 tokens each. I mean, it is good, going to gear up faster, but, what does gearing up faster mean? Obviously, getting through content quicker, wanting the next tier of content even quicker, and you know what I'm like, I want it quick enough as it is. So, yeah, dropping 2 is good, but it does make me wonder what their plans are in the future. Now, there's a lot of arguments I've seen on even the WoW forums, to be fair, about whether they should drop 2 or they should drop 1 in Tier 5. They originally did drop 1, but it was quite early on in TBC's lifetime where it actually got changed to dropping 2. So I'm not against it dropping 2. It's actually going to be pretty nice. It's going to be nice to get geared up faster, obviously, but as I say, I think it probably could then end up the need for Phase 3 could come even quicker, just saying. But as for Hiking, Morgar, Magferrodon, that absolutely they should drop 2. 3, why not 3? 2, 3, whatever, it doesn't matter, because really those raids now should be classed as more of a catch-up raids, aren't they? Tier 4 is going to be alt raids, catch-up raids to be able to get you into Tier 5 quicker. So, to me, whatever happens with Tier 4 tokens just doesn't really matter. The one thing they could have done, which would have been nice, would have been to chuck an extra token in on Curator and on Prince as well. I know it's only, a 10-man, and it already dropped 1, and I'm only getting 2 in a 25. But again, for such easy content, which really is just going to be even more of a catch-up mechanic now, it would have been nice just to chuck an extra token on both of those bosses, in my opinion. But that's it. If you didn't know, they're the latest updates. So, PvPers, you might want to keep hold of your honor now. Make sure you get revered with all the reputation so you can get your gear. There's no point spending your honor now. You might as well save it until that 2-week grace period for Season 2. And PvEers, you might want to get an alt leveled. So you can get your tier quicker in Tier 4. It's certainly what I'm going to be doing. As I say, I'm going to put a lot of focus on my Priest on Firemore over the next couple of weeks. As I say, along with everything else, bit of Wrath, bit of everything, but, I've got a couple of months now till New World, where that probably will take me away for a good week or so, away from WoW, other than raiding, obviously. But look, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like the video, encourage anybody, who is subscribed to the channel to watch this video so they get a bit of a channel update, because I do feel some people, certainly in the comments, are probably panicking a little bit or thinking that, I'm going to jump ship like everybody else. That's never going to happen. I'm with Classic until the end, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to branch out into other things. So, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.